Hey, this is Barry with the Barry and Holly Morning Show on WQSB. You can get behind-the-scenes chat, exclusive giveaways, and more content from us.
Hey, if you love the podcast, join us live every morning from 6 to 9 on the WQSB Facebook page. Turn your backyard into the ultimate oasis with Martinez Pools. From custom pools to beautiful landscapes, outdoor kitchens, and even putting greens, we make your home the place everyone wants to be. Start building your dream today with Martinez Pools.
Join Emblem Credit Union today. If you live, work, or attend school in Cherokee, Calhoun, Etowah, DeKalb, or Marshall counties, you can be a member. Plus, we cover the membership fee to ensure a seamless and cost-free experience. Learn more at emblemcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Morning! Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
It's time to rise and shine and get your morning started with Alabama's award-winning morning show.
May I present to you, now the party can start.
Yep.
Broadcasting live from high atop Alabama's beautiful Sand Mountain.
What? No way. Are you being serious right now?
Don't just sit there. What you need to do is turn it up. Please welcome your hosts, Barry.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
He's hilarious and he's real and he tells it like it is.
And Holly.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Will you tell me what this is?
A second notice for 3 outstanding tickets. I don't remember getting a first notice.
She's hilarious.
WQSB, good morning. I'm taking it somebody tried to put you in the corner at some point.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Somebody tried? Is that the way I'm hearing it?
Yeah,
or
somebody's tried and then it didn't work out for them.
Okay, so how'd they end up? 2 black eyes or lower body?
Dead.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh, God.
I know. I know.
I'll never put you in the corner.
He said nobody puts baby.
Well, you're actually in a corner right now. Sort of.
Yeah, but I'm not facing the corner.
Okay, gotcha.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Well, you're facing the fog. How about the crazy weather this morning?
I know.
Got this one line of rain and the rest of the state's dry except DeKalb, Marshall, parts of Etowah, and Blunt, and it was pouring down a few minutes ago. And I'm hating it for the farmers because they can't get out there and do anything because it's so wet around the listening area. And we had more heavy rain last night, woke me up around midnight.
Really?
Had tornado warnings last night. No injuries, nothing like that.
Tornado warnings?
Warnings, yeah.
Wow.
Remember last Tuesday we were covering it, the Killingsworth Cove, Hampton Cove area?
Yeah.
I know the line came right through. Bad enough that they had to take America's Got Talent off the air and go to live coverage.
Wow.
Which I totally get, but I was able to go back and watch it. But because last night was the first episode.
Don't be that guy.
No, I'm because it was serious. Luckily, it did not touch down, nothing like that. It was just radar indicated. But as far as today, once you get by the rain this morning, which is heavy rain in parts of DeKalb, around Crossville, Painter, Kilpatrick, these areas, there's some heavy rainfall right now and some fog. So if you're going to be out traveling this morning, water standing on the roads, this shouldn't last too much longer. This one area of rain, Blount County getting heavy rainfall here. We got a little fog. It's just a nasty morning.
Yeah, I hydroplaned this morning in front of Jack's in Albertville.
Yeah.
I just took a little trip off the road.
Well, there's a lot of water standing. You got to be careful this morning.
It's awful.
It rained hard overnight. So give it an hour or two, then gets better later today. It should be a nice afternoon. Tomorrow, rain back. Friday morning, rain leaves, and then the weekend looks good.
Okay.
Then finally next week, at the moment, it could be dry all next week.
We'll see.
Oh, so we'll see. A lot of stuff. Well, Secret Sound Contest officially over.
Yeah.
We had a winner. The last sound, we were playing the Old Dominion song a few minutes ago. It was a snapback. Some people don't know what is a snapback, but it's, when did this term come out? About 15, 20 years ago? Calling it snapback. I mean, the caps have always had this little
snap.
Like some caps are, they're made to fit, but some have the little plastic piece on the back that you pull it apart and you adjust your hat. And it was this end.
Yeah. Peeled back.
Peeling it back. It was a snapback on the head.
Yeah. That was a good sound.
Yeah, and Deanna Trollo from Gunnersville got in, knew it, wins $500. And it was funny because we went to Arby's to have lunch yesterday, and one of the ladies there was talking about it, and she said, man, I should have won that money. Yeah. You asked her, did you know what it was? No.
I know.
No.
But she wants to win that money.
Yeah, because she's going to get something totally different, not even related to the sound.
I feel like royalty when we go to Arby's.
Arby's?
Yeah.
Very nice to us.
Man, they're so good to us.
Yeah, but here's one little thing, Arby's.
What?
2 words, free food. Come on now.
Give us something for free.
Yeah, come on now.
Come off one of them roast beef.
Yeah, because all we're getting those little sliders.
Yeah, I just want one of them sliders.
Can't cost you more than $0.25 to make
Arby's, we'll advertise for you. I'll eat it on air.
We know you got the meats. Yeah, give us some of the free meats.
That was a picture of me eating.
They do. That's scary.
That's Juno.
Yeah, that sounds like a hedgehog. Wow, okay. You're on fire this morning.
I know.
Okay, so we have that going on. Secret Sound is over. Congrats to all of our winners. We do have Rock the South tickets. We're going to be giving those away. Hey, some good news. Bash in the Bend Saturday night. Weather looks great.
Awesome.
Yes, it may be a little messy when you're going to get to where your place you're going to sit because the ground is so wet outside.
Yeah. There's this sound that I want on the hotkeys.
Oh, okay. Tell me what it is and I'll find it.
The Debbie Downer.
I've been meaning to get that
I know.
one. Yeah.
I want that one so bad.
I don't think we have her in here. I don't think we have that sound. Make me a note. We'll get you that sound for you.
Okay.
That'll be your sound.
I want that to be.
No, she's not.
I want access to the hotkeys. Is what I want.
We need to get you a computer like this.
A monitor, yeah.
Drew/Carson, we need your help. We need one screen. All you need is a hotkey computer on your side.
You know, like, it's still way too dark for them to be up. But anyway.
I know. Drew especially.
Somebody pass it along.
Yeah, tell Drew's people.
Yeah.
To let him know.
Drew's people let Drew know that we need.
Holly needs some hotkeys or we're going to kidnap your chair from your back office.
I'm going to flip it. I'm going to do wheelies in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it to the Gunnersville Skate Park.
Yeah. Okay.
Imagine me.
In Drew's chair.
In Drew's blue gaming chair.
Yeah. Drew works. He's our IT guy, and he's got probably the nicest chair in the company.
The chair is worth more money than everything in my office combined.
Yes.
Yeah. The chair's probably like $1,100.
Because it's the first chair I've seen that you talk to, and you say, inflate cushion around my right butt cheek.
Mm-hmm. And it does.
There it goes. I've never seen one do that. It's AI. You just talk to it.
Yep.
Okay, so, hey, we have our Father's Day promotion starting on Monday. We'll be telling you more about that. The Father Mows Best will be giving away a brand new riding lawnmower for Dad or for anybody, but it's a Father's Day promotion. So thank you to Bonds Appliance in Gunnersville again. Jamie Centers hooking us up with a beautiful lawnmower.
He says...
Yeah, he's going to ride it on Highway 431.
That's what he says.
I don't know how he feels about spending time in jail because I don't think you can do that legally.
Do you think that the police might turn their head for us? Like, do you think if we were like, hey, just look the other way?
Yeah.
You think they would do that for us?
They do for all these tractors out there on 431.
I know. They should surely do
let
it.
Jamie
surely,
by.
Yeah, let Jamie Centers through with the lawn. Yeah. There goes Jamie Centers again with the lawn. I'll just let him on through.
Yeah.
He's just going up to WQSB.
Yeah, so that's our next big contest. And I'm excited. We're giving away Thomas Rhett concert tickets very soon.
I'm excited for that.
Thomas is going to be in Birmingham, one of the first big shows at the brand new Coca-Cola Amphitheater. And we have tickets.
We do.
Not just a couple.
No.
We've got a bunch of tickets,
we got
too.
A bunch.
And that could be the beginning of a lot of concert tickets because Coca-Cola Amphitheater has a lot of big shows coming. I think it's after Thomas, it's Luke Bryan, I believe, is next. There's like just a whole line of big acts coming to the Coca-Cola Amphitheater.
Yeah.
So get ready. Starting very soon, we'll give you more details on how you can win those.
How'd you know?
Other things you need to know today, Wednesday, May the 28th. Not a good day. But we're here. And,
why is it? Oh.
And what's going on today?
Sorry, that was so dumb. I'm like, wow.
No, the weather's nasty. It's fine.
Okay. Today is National Hamburger Day.
Yes.
So if you can count on nothing else, you can count on Hamburger Day.
Surely some of these fast food places have specials today, I would think.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it. Number
Okay.
5, America's top 5 favorite hamburger chains.
Okay, so this is not necessarily the favorite hamburger, but
Chains.
just the chain of the actual
the
restaurant.
chain of the burgers.
The burger, gotcha.
Number 1 through 5. 5 is Steak and Shake.
I like Steak and Shake. We need one of these around here. They have some great French fries, that little salty, special salt. That's
They have
good.
salt and vinegar fries.
Yes.
Have you ever had their salt and
I
vinegar
have.
fries? Oh, my
We
God.
need a Steak and Shake.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, somebody rich. Open up a Steak
Open
and
up a
Shake.
Steak and Shake.
I don't know what that was. Number 4, Burger King.
What did you knock over?
I don't know, man.
Get out of the corner, baby.
Oh.
Yeah. What was your drink?
No, I got it.
Okay,
No,
gotcha.
you'd get mad. Number 4, Burger King.
Yeah, I like Burger King. I like the flame. That flame taste. What is it?
Is that wind?
Yeah.
My
think it is.
gosh.
Yeah, the wind's just off and on. I mean, it's a messy morning.
Ooh.
But it's getting better. About an hour, we should be rain free.
Number 3, our buddies over at Wendy's.
Yep, good burgers.
Number 2, Five Guys.
Good, but they're not good for you, and they're expensive.
And I don't agree with this. America's top favorite hamburger is...
Not hamburger, but hamburger chain,
Oh, okay. McDonald's.
because I don't like their hamburger.
Oh, no, I don't...
If you take away the Big Mac sauce, phew, not good.
No. Here's
What is your favorite hamburger? If you had to pick one burger and you're going to go,
Yeah.
and we have them in the area, where would you go?
Well, you go first.
I take it. Culver's has a really good tasting hamburger. It really does, but we went to Grumpy's many times. Grumpy's and Boaz. I'm
Grumpy's
telling you.
is so good.
That is so good.
And it's like fresh.
Yes, that's what I like. One
Yeah.
of those cooked on like the flat top type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
think
good.
Grumpy's would be my favorite.
I like Grumpy's.
So if I was going to... Now, I will say number 1 is my daddy's. Number 1 is Daddy's flame grilled
You know, I've
burger.
never had one, which is sad because Monday you say that they were doing that, and I don't think I was invited.
No, I didn't.
You said your mama was cooking hamburgers this past Monday.
Oh, well,
Was she or was she not?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I stand as a mute.
Okay.
I stand muted.
So she was, and you just didn't invite me.
No,
I
I'm
got you.
just saying today is National Hamburger Day. I didn't celebrate a holiday without you. Don't be jealous.
I know with the burger, you said he's got the best. I wouldn't know.
Well, he does. Okay,
Well, he needs
just
to
take my word for
prove
it.
it.
Here's your little something extra. Marvel and DC are coming together on a Batman Deadpool crossover comic book series
Yes.
set for later this year.
I'm excited about this.
I bet you are.
I like both of you. Like Batman. I like Deadpool. I think that's going to be
I
cool.
love Batman.
I think that's going to be. And they're going to start doing this a lot too with mashups from DC and Marvel combining and doing stuff together.
Okay, well, you
I
may
like that.
wonder how they're going to do this mashup, and how it happens is
Okay.
the storyline involves Deadpool being hired in Gotham City, and then that prompts conflict with Batman.
Because Deadpool doesn't like to work with hardly
Others.
anybody.
And so the two companies are also planning additional character mashups.
Well, the comic book business needs it.
Yeah.
Because it's not exactly tearing it up right now.
I know. If people stop making
I love comic books.
but have they stopped making them?
Nope, still making them. They
They
just don't
do?
sell as many. There's this not as popular as they once were.
Hey, and I'm just going to throw this little hook
Okay.
out there. If anybody knows anything about comic books
Mm-hmm.
or wants to indulge in a very large library, email Barry.
Really do email us, because we mentioned this before a few months ago, and nothing panned out. But now I have a lot of comic books I'd be willing to get rid of, and there are a lot of good ones, and even some action figures. Spider-Man.
Yeah, so Barry at WQSB.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's something to think about. You know, a lot of my friends have interesting jobs.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, tell me more.
Like yesterday, one of my friends told me that she applied for a job hanging mirrors.
Well, there's a need for that.
Yeah.
So she's just going to hang mirrors. Okay.
And she says it's something she can see herself doing.
Oh, see herself in the mirror doing it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's 6:20.
WQSB Mornings with Barry and Holly.
In case you haven't heard his song, I'm the Problem, it's number one for 2 weeks in a row on the chart. And he's got like, what, I mean, 37 songs on the album.
37.
And Billboard bases it on downloads and streams and people buying music. And there's like of the top 100 songs, the new chart came out. Was it like was it 30 of them? Of the 37 made the chart?
I think it's 31, yeah.
Wow. That is amazing.
That is, yeah. It's incredible.
That is unreal.
He's good. I like this style of writing that he's in right now. And I kind of like this, stage that he's in. It's almost like he's been humbled, and I think it's because he knew that country music radio was about ready to write him off.
I agree.
And when he threw the chair over the balcony, I think that was the last straw.
I think some people finally sat him down and said, hey, man.
Yeah.
I think people in the business, I know Eric Church did.
Yeah. Because
he threw it off of Eric Church's, that was his restaurant/bar. And Eric said, hey, man, you're giving me a bad rap also. I had nothing to do with this, and my name is all over this. I'm your friend. You need to clean. You need to wake up.
It's one thing to be the bad boy. Girls like the bad boy. I think he clung to that. But there's a difference between being a bad boy and a bad guy.
Yeah, because he crossed the line when he threw it off the top to a street that you've been in Nashville.
Children could be
and that particular area is usually covered up with like back to back, shoulder to shoulder people walking down the sidewalk. He's very lucky. Didn't hit somebody.
Could have been impaled.
Could have been killed.
Yeah.
So he's lucky. I think maybe he's waking up. And
I think so.
I hope so.
I think so. And did you see him speak out about his SNL?
I did.
Did you say? He just said, I was done.
Yeah.
And they said, why'd you walk off? He said, I was done. I'd been there all week. I'd seen enough.
Bad enough.
And he said, get me back to God's country. And I thought, you know what? Do we hate it because it's Morgan? Or do we support him because, as a country boy, there's no telling what he's seen in New York City for over the course of a week.
Think back, we're kind of the same way. I mean, Nashville is not New York by no means, but when you go to CRS, you've been there for 3 or 4 days, you've been enjoying music, and when it's the day everything is over and it's time to check out, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
I want the guy to get my bag and fast as you can, get my car, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Now, could he wait 30 seconds?
Yes. Yeah, but anyway, that's all history.
But it opened up a conversation.
It did.
To be had.
And I'll throw another name out there. If you're looking to listen to some music that really will affect you, Avriana.
Yeah.
She has a new album out, released it the same day as Morgan Wallen. That's some of the most powerful music I've ever heard. And she's 21, I think.
Yeah.
And she even has like a 22-minute video. It's Let Go Letters, I think is the name of it. Look this up. And I'd like to hear the story. How many of these songs are written about what she went through? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because it's some dark stuff.
Yeah.
But it's also inspirational to know. We're playing one now called Cheerios. Have you heard that one?
We've played it, but I don't think I've sat down.
We just added it Monday. Okay,
I don't think I've sat down and listened to it word for word.
We'll play it in a few minutes, but man, it makes you just stop and think, wow, that's powerful stuff. And the thing about when you watch these videos, Let Go Letters is like a 22-minute movie she made. And at the end of every one of them, it gives you phone numbers. If you're going through domestic abuse, if you're going through... if you're considering suicide, if you're going through any of these things, it gives you help at the very end of each one of them. You need to watch it. It's well done. But Avriana is her name, and I told 2 years ago I saw her at CRS, and she had just come out, and she's been working on this thing for 2 years, and they finally said it's ready, and they released it.
I remember talking to you about her. I loved
she's
her
good.
when we were headed up there.
Yeah.
We were talking about people that hadn't not been discovered, but needed to be in bigger names.
Yeah.
And she was one of them.
I think this is her time, because she's on the song now, Indigo, that you found about 6 months ago. So that's a good song. Yeah. So anyway, we'll play Cheerios coming up next.
Okay.
It's you think, oh, that's going to be a sad song, but the way it's written, you'll see it's coming up next. But first, Since You've Been Gone, and speaking of traffic congestions, and what do you think of this? The study shows that people who are out on the road, they are going through more fast foods instead of going to the grocery stores and taking food home to fix. And it has to do with being stuck in traffic. How do you think that ties in together? It actually does. Say you're getting off work like it's, say, 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
4:31, a lot of traffic. Your plan is to run into Foodland, Food City, get some stuff, take it home and cook it, but you're kind of stuck in traffic. Train's coming, something. You're saying, okay, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
more folks are going through drive-thrus between 5 and 7 p.m. than in the past couple of years.
That's what it says. It says that most people are going in on the evening rush hour, 5 to 7. I think that when you're sitting there in traffic, how long has it been since you sat in traffic?
Last time I went to the beach, it was like you want to go eat somewhere, you get in the afternoon, you're stuck, bumper to bumper.
So
Chattanooga.
frustrating.
Anytime I go to Chattanooga, I went to see my sister back a few months ago.
Yeah.
And Chattanooga is the world's worst, having road work at some point in Chattanooga, and you're not going to get there. When you plan on getting there, you better give yourself 30 extra minutes at least to get there.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's easier to just call your spouse up and say, hey, I'm right here at Burger King.
Why don't we cook that tomorrow night?
Yes, we'll cook the spaghetti tomorrow night.
Yep. Had a long day. I'm stuck in traffic.
Stuck in traffic. Just
By the time,
just give me a quarter pounder.
Yeah. So I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's my problem too.
Okay.
It's cheaper for me to eat out than it is for me to. It's cheaper for me to get $1 hamburger somewhere than for me to go home and buy the meat and the bread and the lettuce and the cheese and the ketchup and
especially if you're not cooking for a whole family.
It's just me.
Like me too. I rarely ever fix just for myself.
Yeah.
I never do anymore.
Now the kids won't like Dino Nuggets and like ham sandwiches or macaroni and cheese, like easy stuff.
Right.
They'll eat easy stuff, but when it comes to big meals, I'm not the one. But it doesn't mean that I make a bad housewife. I don't want to paint that picture.
No.
I'd be a good housewife.
Yeah.
I just have talents other than cooking.
That's true. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Joking on the job strengthens.
You might want to clarify that.
Strength.
What other strengths do you have?
Oh, I'm good at I'm good at cleaning.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Keeping things clean.
Yeah, well, arts and crafts, things like that.
I'm good at arts and crafts.
Yes, do-it-yourself type things.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
License to explore with Rohit, where wanderlust meets wisdom. Imagine your next great adventure starting with a story. Welcome to License to Explore with Rohit, the podcast that unlocks the extraordinary. Venture beyond borders into the lives of explorers, creators, and nomads who redefine what it means to live boldly and purposefully. Discover life-changing journeys, untold travel secrets, and unfiltered conversations that inspire you to embrace the unknown. With new episodes every 10 days, we deliver powerful insights and captivating tales straight to your ears. Follow now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your audio escape. Your next journey is just a listen away.
Arts and crafts?
That's what they still. You look it up on the internet. It's what it's still called.
I don't do arts and crafts.
What do you do exactly?
I craft,
but not arts.
No, I don't. Let's do arts and crafts, everybody.
Yeah.
Arts and crafts paid the bills.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joking on the job strengthens bonds between employees, improving communication and performance. A study from the University of Missouri at Columbia suggests.
I agree. I would hate to know I worked at a job that you're not able to cut up, practical joke, and kid with each other. I would hate to know that. Because I think of us being able to do that here, everybody here, we know when we're all kidding. But when it comes time to it and there's something serious going on, like, say, St. Jude Radiothon Day, there's a time when you can joke and kid, and then there's a time when you get in the room and you do your job to help raise as much money for a very serious thing.
Yes.
Like today's show is kind of going to be a mix of this because today is a hard day for me. But still, the show has to go on, and you can't come in here and be all sad and crying all day. You just can't.
We could, but
nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But with our job, I think being able to, like it says, joking on the job, you probably would find more of that in this radio station than you will in probably 99% of jobs out there in the world. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, but like innocent, fun jokes.
Exactly.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing harmful. Like, for instance, the first joke I ever had, I remember because I had to go, oh my gosh, I had to go with the guys to do football trophies. Oh my gosh.
Team of the week, yeah.
Yes. And when I got back, I had a Walmart bag sack hanging on my side mirror. That's from you.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's from you. And then, is that the one that...
No.
Okay. And then the innocent things like you taped a chicken finger...
The bottom of somebody's desk.
To the bottom of somebody's
Took them a few weeks to find it. Well, we don't usually mess with each other's food.
No. We also turn the seat warmers on in the summer.
Turn your backyard into the ultimate oasis with Martinez Pools. From custom pools to beautiful landscapes, outdoor kitchens, and even putting greens, we make your home the place everyone wants to be. Start building your dream today with Martinez Pools.
Join Emblem Credit Union today. If you live, work, or attend school in Cherokee, Calhoun, Etowah, DeKalb, or Marshall counties, you can be a member. Plus, we cover the membership fee to ensure a seamless and cost-free experience. Learn more at emblemcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Yes, after an extensive search, HBO has found its newcomers to play Harry, Ron, and Hermione for the upcoming Harry Potter series. So there's Dominic McLaughlin, who's going to play Harry. Arabella Stanton is Hermione Granger.
Okay.
And Alistair Stout is Ron Weasley.
Now, just looking at the pictures, what do you think? Of course, she's going to change when they put the glasses on. The kid playing Harry Potter and all that.
I mean, they casted they had an open casting with 30,000 people in it. I think they look pretty good. I don't think that they should be based off of the complete look.
No.
I think the personality more makes it, because when I first watched Harry Potter, after reading Harry Potter, they didn't look like the same characters in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But then after watching it all these years, like they're nobody else could play them and it'd be different.
I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll give it a go.
They've got to be good, because they're like 30,000, I think, people they said tried out for these roles, and they had to narrow down to these three.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying.
They've got to be good.
Not that many. They've got to have some talent to them.
Yep.
Rumors of instability and a possible host change are swirling around the Kelly Clarkson show.
Ooh, that's not good.
I know. According to an anonymous producer, the daytime talk show feels like it could collapse any minute, amid the concern that Clarkson could bolt at any time.
Wow.
I know.
Wonder what the problem is.
I don't know. The insider added that the atmosphere is stressed and it's not stable, and there are whispers that Hoda Kotb
from the Today Show?
From the Today Show could replace Kelly Clarkson. Now, I'm really shocked about this because it's been such a successful show.
Hoda's good, but what Kelly does to make it so much better is she sings. Can sing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Hoda's good, but she's not a singer.
No, she's terrible at singing.
I think that's what Kelly brings to it that somebody else like Hoda could not.
Why would she? It was going so good.
I don't know. Makes you wonder what happened.
I know. I want to know what's going on.
Because she stepped away from The Voice to be able to concentrate on this show.
Yeah.
Now, rumor has it this show may be falling apart.
Yeah, and is she the one that took the mysterious leave?
She did for like a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Don't know what's going on.
Kelly.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
The hit vampire movie thriller Sinners will be available to premium video on demand on June 3rd.
Coming on in a few days.
Yep.
All right, 6:53. Birthdays are next.
WQSB Mornings with Barry and Holly.
A contest coming up, and a lot of things going on. I want to thank you. You put up a post on our Facebook page this morning. Today, the past 3 years, I haven't worked this day. Today's May 28th. So it would have been my son Reed's birthday. And I've chosen not to work, but kind of like last year in August, when I haven't worked the day that he passed. But you convinced me to work back in August, and I did. And the listeners were so kind and so nice. The comments that they calls and the comments they made on Facebook. And you put up a post a few minutes ago, and I appreciate that. The comments from the listeners. That means so much. Because we found out the hard way in August that so many people have gone through something like this, losing a child, whether it was expected or unexpected, but still, it's tough. And somebody messaged me back just a few weeks ago on Facebook and asked me, said, how do you get through this? How do you get over something like this? And my answer I replied back was, you don't. When you lose a child, you don't. You get better at hiding it, I guess you could say. But every day you get up and it's still there. And it's always going to be there, especially on special days like this, a birthday. You know, that's tough because he should be here celebrating, but he's not.
Yeah.
So later today, me and Reagan, I think you're going to go have lunch with us too. Invited you to go because we'd like for you to go with us. And Reagan will be coming up, going to have lunch. But I did find out something that I heard this a few months ago, and it made me think back to when you first started working here. Somebody said that what's helped them more than anything to get through a situation like this was 4 words. 4 words that helped them get through this, that you don't really think about it, but you don't hear them that much. And it was simply, tell me about him. Those 4 words, tell me about him or tell me about her, depending on who you've lost. And the reason is, and it makes sense, that a lot of times when you lose somebody, people don't know what to say. And I'm the same way. You don't know why. You saying I'm sorry seems like it's just not going to help any at all, which it does. Just saying something helps, but those 4 words mean a lot because when you lose somebody, it's tough on the people around you too because they don't know what to say to you. But you, when you first started working here, you found out about Reed, and I remember one day you said something to that effect. You said, "Well, tell me about Reed," because you didn't really know much about my story or his story. And I began telling you about Reed, and that's, I think, the first step on how we became so close. It's not saying that people who told me they're sorry didn't mean anything, but that meant more to me, and it makes sense now when I read this that giving somebody who's grieving a chance to talk about somebody they lost, again, it helps. Because many times they're just forgotten. People just want to move on and move away from it, not talk about it. But it gave me a chance to just talk about him and kind of like keep him alive in your thoughts. So sometimes if you don't know what to say and you're close to the person who's lost somebody, trust me, those 4 words help. Give them a chance just to talk and say something. Good memories instead of just living on the thought of how they passed and when they passed and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they we had a grief section in our little textbooks about death and dying in nursing school. But there's nothing that can truly prepare you to be in the healthcare field until you're in it and doing it.
Right.
But I remember my mom was a nurse. She was a geriatric nurse for 40-something years, so she did nursing home work. And that's actually how my parents met, was at the nursing home. My grandmother owned it. My dad was the administrator. Mom was head nurse, and it was just kind of happened perfectly. And then they got married there at the nursing home, and I grew up through those halls. I brushed hair and painted fingernails and played Barbies. And, if you have 27 years on this earth, or if you have 72, I would like to think that every day I choose to live it either way, that it could be short or it could be long. I just want it to be impactful. And I think that even though Reed's death it cut his life short, it's still meant to be impactful. It's still meant to help. It's still your loss may change somebody else's life forever, and more than one. Your one loss could save hundreds.
That's true. But it's hard. I just wanted to say thank you, because those 4 words meant more to me as I think about it now than. So if you're not sure what to say to somebody, think about saying that. Give them a chance to talk about the person that's passed. To tell me about him or tell me about her. Let them tell you a little something about it, and it helps. It really does. So thank you. That meant a lot. Because I remember how exactly you said it, but we began talking that day. And I told you a story or two about him, then it made things better. It really did. I think that was the first step in how we became, I think the morning show really began getting closer. And I appreciate it.
Well, Reed will always have room to exist here.
Yeah, thank you for the comments. Today is about Reed. It's not about me. I chose to come in because I think I need to honor him today. And we'll talk more about it when Will comes in about 30 minutes. So we'll talk more about that. But in the meantime, it's we'll give you more on the forecast and more stuff coming up.
Mornings with Barry and Holly here on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
And this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here.
Unfortunately, we share something that people don't want to be part of.
No.
You don't want to be part of, but we were talking a few minutes ago around 7. Today would have been my son Reed's birthday. And the last couple of years I've decided not to work on this day, and Holly said, I think it'd be good if you did. And she put up a nice post on Facebook this morning.
Yeah.
And some nice comments from the listeners are just awesome, reaching out and looking at all the comments and all the likes, and it means a lot. I appreciate it. But unfortunately, Will also lost a child, lost his daughter, and it's crazy to think it's been over a year now.
Yeah, and it goes by, so fast, and a lot of days seem like a blur, but in the case of the post on Facebook, there's all that support that comes with it, and you always hear the say, well, you get through it, but you never get over it. And that really is true. And, it's days like today, significant birthday, it's raining. It kind of, indicates the mood that you're in. But at the same time, you're kind of washing yourself of, the grief for the day and trying to celebrate the life, as well as, that you've been able to, get through the tough times, and the Lord's still using you for a purpose and a platform in what you're doing. So
it's tough because the special days are the worst.
Yeah,
like the day he passed, and then his birthday, which should be his birthday today, May 28th. It's just, and like I told Holly, somebody messaged me a few weeks ago and said, "How do you get through this?" And I said, "Well, you don't. You get better at hiding it.
Yeah.
Every day is going to hurt."
Yeah.
And like I had a chance to speak when we were at the Abbey Awards a few weeks ago. And like I said on stage, and I'll say it again, that I wouldn't be here if it weren't for God. But some days you don't want to be here.
Right.
But with strength, and you've got to keep going, because I still have a wonderful daughter, Reagan.
Yep.
We're going to go have lunch today. So it keeps you going.
Yeah, and it keeps that great memory of our kids alive, and especially Reed, and being able to, we've had difficult times, especially like within Cameron's situation, the medical stays at the hospitals and things like that, sleepless nights, but in the end of it, everything that you did was worth it. And you can think about the good times, the good memories. I know you've mentioned where you've gone to the beach with them on trips and stuff, and how you've enjoyed that, and being able to carry that memory and that those good times with you.
And I told Holly something that she did when she first started working here, that it just hit me a few months ago when I saw this interview, and the person said that what means the most to them are 4 words, and it's simply like, tell me about him, or tell me about her.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first things when Holly came in. She didn't know much about my past, or because I don't talk a lot about it, and she didn't know much about Reed. And one day, I remember we were sitting talking, and she said, tell me about him. And those 4 words mean more to me than saying I'm sorry. Yes, that helps. It does know that you're thinking, and I appreciate that, yes. But something about when you get a chance to talk about Reed or talk about Cameron, it's something about that, because for some reason people want to kind of just not talk about it, and just they don't know what to say.
Yeah, and you get to, it almost revitalizes you know,
it does.
It revitalizes yourself, but it also revitalizes your memory of them, because you're like, well, yeah, love this, love that, you know, can be stubborn or hard-headed or, you know, strong-willed, and being able to share that with somebody, like I said, it can continue that memory and legacy, and God working through you to be able to share your story and his story, and how others out there can kind of get through it.
Yeah, but I tell you, it's tough though when you can't explain to how to get through something, because everybody grieves differently.
Yeah,
everybody handles it differently, and there's no one way that one person does what they do that's going to work for you.
No,
you don't know. Maybe you want to be around people, maybe you don't want to be around people. Maybe you want to go to their favorite eating place, or maybe you don't. But every day when I get up and go to work, I walk past Reed in my living room. He's in the urn, and I apologize to him.
Yeah, well, you know, I know it's tough to get through that, and, you know, each day. And I think a lot of times we do that as people to make sure that we're still human, to make sure that we still feel those emotions, and be, you know, conscious of what the situation is. And like you said, like we go to a place at the beach that we always go to, and we'll be headed down there soon. And, you know, that's going to be a tough situation. And like I said, for me, it feels like that it gives you that emotion that, you know, you're still human, and that you still have feelings, and not everything is numb. And I know it's difficult. And like you said, everybody handles grief differently. Me personally, I like to try to stay busy. I know you kind of do the same thing to stay busy, just to kind of keep your mind off of it. But God giving you the opportunity to still do that daily, you know, he still has purpose for you, and purpose for what you do.
And I think you would agree. I think if I could give you any advice, I'd say let people know that you're around, how much they mean to you.
Yeah.
Tell them everything on how you feel, because you may not get that chance. It makes me think of Rod, his story.
Yep.
He went home expecting to come to work the next day.
Yeah.
Didn't get the chance. So if I could give you one piece of advice, if you've got some people that you love in your life, a lot of people, let them know.
Yep.
Tell them everything. And the word everything means more to me than ever before, because I was looking at my phone again last night, and the last text Reed sent me, his last word was
everything. Yeah.
Because he had apologized that day for that we had some stuff, and he said, "I'm sorry." I said, "For what?" He said, "Everything." So, so everything, I would say, you know, if I could give you an advice, let people know how much they mean to you, because you're not promised the next day. You don't know.
Yeah, and one thing in my mind, I really haven't told anybody this, is never leave one "I love you" short. Don't tell them. You know, you tell people that you love them, but don't leave that could have been "I love you" out there hanging, that you didn't get to tell somebody, because it does mean something, and it does show that you care. And I love you, Barry.
I love you, Will, and love you, Holly, and for what you've done for us. And I would say tell people you care for them, love them with everything. Just like what Reed said, it's that word. I think it was meant to be his last word.
Yeah,
and it's something I've always got with me.
Yeah, I think you have to stop apologizing, though, because you didn't fail Reed. You didn't do anything. You gave him every source, every support, every motive that he could have wanted. I think that is a selfish feeling, that you feel that way. I think that he had every opportunity in the world, but we as humans cannot make decisions for others. You cannot make his decisions for him, and the decisions he made were not the right ones, Barry, but they're not your decisions made.
And this is just me, but Reed is okay. He is okay. The situation that you're in now is that Satan, the devil, the enemy, is trying to confuse you that it's your fault, and it's not. Because that's what the enemy does. He tries to attack people. Because there's circumstances in my situation with what happened to Cameron. There's guilt, and could I have done this? Could I have done that? And it's those daily attacks that the devil tries to do that get to you and that can, ruin your day. But one thing from me to you is to say that he's okay, and don't let the enemy make those thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
Because they can be, they can attack people and they can change their personality. But you standing firm in your faith, that just attests to God's power that, you're putting your trust in him more than anything else. And by that, he's taking care of your son. So I just think that you should know that.
Well, I appreciate that. And thank you to all the listeners who have reached out on Facebook and have messaged and had something nice to say. But it's not about me being on the radio today. It's all about Reed. It's honoring him today. It has nothing to do with me at all. So don't think I'm doing it for me. I'm not.
And I left you a little something on your desk. I think that you would appreciate.
Okay.
So if just something in memory and celebration of, I think you just needed that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks, Will.
Thank you.
All right. 7:58.
Mornings with Barry and Holly here on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
Turn your backyard into the ultimate oasis with Martinez Pools. From custom pools to beautiful landscapes, outdoor kitchens, and even putting greens, we make your home the place everyone wants to be. Start building your dream today with Martinez Pools.
Join Emblem Credit Union today. If you live, work, or attend school in Cherokee, Calhoun, Etowah, DeKalb, or Marshall counties, you can be a member. Plus, we cover the membership fee to ensure a seamless and cost-free experience. Learn more at emblemcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.